curriculum, the way it has been structured, by the time you do GS1 work, when you move to GS2, it's continuation. Peradventure, there are topics that were not taken that may affect the child in GS2. So on that basis, we are going to make sure that whether we resume for a new term or a new session, depending on the time, whatever that is outstanding will be rolled over.
It is no news that schools in Lagos State and in Nigeria as a whole has been closed for a while now due to the ongoing coronavirus pandemic. We at 411 Info, we are at the Lagos State Ministry of Education to talk to the government officials here to know the plans the government have towards the reopening of the schools. My name is Arenze, and I'll be speaking with the Permanent Secretary of the Department, Mrs. Abosede Adelaja. Join me.
My name is Mrs. Abosede Adelaja, the Permanent Secretary for Lagos State Ministry of Education. On the media, we hear records of those infected, those that have been discharged, and those that died. So I don't believe they will just be conjuring such information, delicate information, on a public space. My thought to them is to appeal to them. They should not wait, they should not put up the attitude of seeing is believing, because if you put up that attitude, it may be very catastrophic. They should just take necessary precaution. Whether it is true or not doesn't make any difference to them, because it's there. Using the precautions does not make any difference. It will only enhance and protect you the more. So not using it is more dangerous than using it, the precautions. Naturally, that should be expected, because the lockdown came spontaneously. It wasn't planned. And as such, there was no way. The school curriculum has been put into schemes. It's already planned on weekly basis. So the work done would just have been at that period the schools were closed down. Though the term was going towards an end and examinations will be conducted even for maybe 2 weeks. So I want to believe it's affected, but not that much. By the grace of God, we will, because the curriculum, the way it has been structured, by the time you do GS1 work, when you move to GS2, it's continuation. Peradventure, there are topics that were not taken that may affect the child in GS2. So on that basis, we are going to make sure that whether we resume for a new term or a new session, depending on the time, whatever that is outstanding will be rolled over. It's the desire of everybody to go back to school, both the parents, the children, and the stakeholders at large. But one thing is important: health, because like the adage, health is wealth. So I want to believe that no matter our aspirations, I think the priority we should consider is the health status of the children. And that is why we don't want to rush resumption. If you observe, the pandemic is on the increase, it's not decreasing, which already probes of fear into people. Now, with the increase, we are opening school. When the number was not as much, we closed down school. Now that the number has increased, we want to open school. I mean, if you look at it, it does not sound logical. But as much as possible, there are various meetings and committees, both at the state and federal level, planning resumption. But what is important is safety and health of those children first. And the governor of Lagos State, by the grace of God, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, wants healthy children in safe environment. That is his priority. And because that is his priority, that will be ensured before schools are reopened. Like what we are still planning, we are looking at it. It's not going to be one size fits all. We are going to look at the respective schools, the population, to determine what to do to achieve social distancing. But definitely we are not going to, even if the school should reopen, we are not going to compromise social distancing and all other protocols. If the schools should reopen, I want to assure you that the state government will ensure that all necessary precautions for safety and the health of those children have been taken care of before schools are reopened. That is basic. And so, if we have done that and we now open the schools, I want to appeal to the parents to allow their children to return to school. We in the education sector are also parents, so definitely we will not want the children to resume into danger. They should trust that all necessary precaution has been taken, and it will even be ongoing, because there is role for government, the role of the students, the children themselves, the role of parents and other stakeholders. So everybody must play their part to make sure we achieve a common goal.